To Allah we belong, and to Him we shall return. News just reached me regarding the death of our sheikh, the Imam of Ahl Sunnah, Sheikh Rabee Al Madkhali. You can see the text on the screen, and I've only found this in pretty much Salafi circles, within Salafi circles, mainly Madkhali circles. I'll take this opportunity to mention people who follow this particular ideology of Salafism, and now is the time. You don't have to accept what your leader or your sheikh says or said. You can use your own logic and your eyes and everything else to abandon such ideologies. And if you want to, you can look at the good that he has done, perhaps in other fields and other things. But this particular part of staunchly, blindly defending the leader, defending the Muslim leader particularly, is unacceptable and isn't right. And particularly now, during the current genocide, and as well as things in other countries like Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, Iran, or elsewhere, blindly following the leader will not get you anywhere. I'm not going to go too into it and too into the in terms of the hadith or the fiqh of it and things like this. That's for a different type of video to do. Firstly, did the Sahaba do wrong in terms of what happened with Yazid when they, in your words, rebelled? Or in your words, or the words that you use, some of the words, did they rebel? And if you're going to say they made a mistake in your way, in your mindset, then why is it okay for them to make a mistake in your way, but other people cannot? And if they made a mistake according to you, should they have just left it? And these people are the generation that we're supposed to follow, and you claim to follow, or will follow according to the understanding of the Salaf. Then why don't you follow according to their understanding? Their understanding was the best understanding. And what did they do? They did what they thought was best. So why are you saying it's a mistake in the first place? Secondly, why don't you follow their way? It's the understanding of the Salaf. Why do you only pick and choose when to follow them or not to follow them? So firstly, and secondly, if you want to blindly follow the leaders, one of the leaders of quote-unquote so-called leaders put in place by certain people of Palestine, the guy Abbas or whatever his name is, he is definitely not for the people, and he's a traitor. And should we just blindly follow, or should they blindly follow him? And there's so much can be said, and your misunderstanding of taking certain things and then just going with it. And even many Salafis themselves have distanced yourself from that ideology because it is incorrect. And particularly during this time, should people just blindly follow? And also other people in the Salafi kind of mindset have even gone to such as extent they said, oh, just abandon just leave your lands, or even you have to obey the Israelis because they're giving you shelter and food and whatever else. That was in the past, they were saying that, and that was something that people were outraged by. And this kind of ideology is definitely toxic and poisonous, and even goes against the Salaf. So say you're Salafi or not, big countries, you can't just say you are, then you don't want to follow their way. And now is the time to reflect and abandon such poisonous ideologies.